Okay, so that was a little weird. Nick Aldis made a breaking news announcement. Something about BFAB being in the match and a 6-man tag team match. A 6-man tag on SmackDown, people. Breaking news, my hairy ass. But then all plans changed and now The Rock is coming back. And the speculation began. What is gonna happen? I mean, all of this makes sense now. He's gonna wrestle at Mania. But there was also this rumor going around that he's going to announce that WrestleMania 42 is happening in New Orleans. So my expectations were pretty low. Not really sure what to make of this segment. One plot twist I didn't see coming is this turning into a romantic angle. He said he wants his soul. Look people, I get The Rock is busy making below average movies, but it kinda sucks that WWE are throwing one of the most viral WWE stories of all time away because they're friends now apparently and their mothers get along. There was an interesting line when The Rock said, "I want you to be my champion." I assume he means a corporate champion like Randy Orton was in 2013. But you know, maybe he means, I want you to be my champion, Cody. It's fair to say though we're not seeing The Rock wrestling at WrestleMania 41, which is a bit of a bummer. Well, at least we're getting some kind of an answer at Elimination Chamber. Obviously, I don't see Cody Rhodes turning heel anytime soon. The highlight, however, was The Rock telling a fan to shut his mouth or I'll slap syphilis off your face. So let's talk about SmackDown. But I want to start by talking about the sponsor of today's video, Wrestling GM, the best wrestling simulation game out there, where you can fantasy book any real-life situation or match within the game. For example, we all love Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk, so in Wrestling GM, you can actually recreate that. Or you can pick a star and make sure he becomes the next Stone Cold Steve Austin of your universe. You see, in Wrestling GM, you can create your own universe. You can create your own company, wrestlers, championships, and even in-depth characters like managers and commentators. One of the best things about Wrestling GM is that you can upload custom photos and avatars to recreate real-life superstars. And you can even give them custom backstories. So pretty much you can have real wrestlers in Wrestling GM. And as you guys know, being a GM is all about competition. So in Wrestling GM, you compete against AI companies in a viewership war to see who puts on the best show for the fans. People, Wrestling GM is available on the App Store and the Google Play Store, so make sure to download the game right now by using the link in the description below. Welcome back everybody to another episode of Greatness of SmackDown. How are you guys doing today? A pretty mid show actually. Pretty mid show with obviously the talking point, the excitement over The Rock's WWE return. I didn't have high expectations because I knew it's going to be about WrestleMania 42 and also it wasn't planned. Like, you saw rumors that this was a last-minute change. Nick Aldis already made these announcements, spectacular announcements about 6-man tag team matches. So you knew that, you know, it's not gonna mean much. And I believe him appearing at Elimination Chamber is not gonna change anything either, you know? And that's the thing with The Rock. You can't expect long-term shit anymore. As much as we wish, we really can't. So the show kicks off with Drew McIntyre versus Jimmy Uso, a match I was like, maybe they're going to do at WrestleMania. Wasn't the case. We got this on SmackDown. Jimmy is pretty over, I would say. You know, he's doing the no yeet shtick. Pretty decent match though with a surprising result. Jimmy Uso actually picked up the W, but this is the Drew McIntyre you don't mess with, people. He beats the crap out of Jimmy Uso. Security separated them, but Drew McIntyre came back with another Claymore. Still, no signs of who Drew McIntyre is going to face at WrestleMania. And that's really worrying because I want him to be in a very important position. Very important match. I know we ain't getting that. I just hope it's not Damian Priest at this point out of spite. Maybe LA Knight, we'll see. Don't see that happening either at this point. As a matter of fact, I would say if he wins the Elimination Chamber, I'm not gonna be angry. I know it's not really that big of a marquee match, Cody versus Drew, but god dang it, this guy deserves his moment. We see the Bloodline in the parking lot, and it seems like Jacob Fatu is pulling some strings right now in the Bloodline. He says, "We've been running things when you were gone." But Solo responding, "That's why I love you, Jacob." That is a rocky relationship right here. I don't hear Jacob saying, "I love you, Solo," anymore. And that is worrying. Are the feelings still strong, people? We got Carmelo Hayes and The Miz versus R-Truth and a surprise partner, which was LA Knight, who got introduced as Louisiana Knight. So we got the match. Obviously a bit of a comedy shtick. That's the thing about this episode, man. Nothing was really that much of importance. Shinsuke Nakamura, one of the worst United States champions of all time, cost Louisiana Knight and R-Truth the match. But what I really liked about it is the tag team finisher of Carmelo Hayes and The Miz. Not gonna lie, that looked pretty cool. That looked pretty cool. It kind of worries me, man. Like, I'm not saying LA Knight is necessarily buried. It's just so frustrating watching somebody who got over organically and people really wanted to succeed, and he's in this almost like a comedy shtick right now. Tiffany Stratton comes out. She reminds everybody how obsessed they are with her. She called out Charlotte Flair, making it clear she's not after her legacy, just her spot. We see Nia Jax and Candice LeRae, and of course this leads to Candice LeRae versus Tiffany Stratton. Again, same shit we've been watching for the past month or two, really. Charlotte was watching the match was alright. Of course, Tiffany Stratton wins, but then we got Nia Jax with the attack. Trish Stratus wanted to help because that's the match we're going to see at Elimination Chamber, but that didn't work out, and this was the worst Nia Jax finisher so far. Just very slowly, very carefully sitting on her opponents. That was bad. You know, all respect for being safe, but that was bad. Seems like WWE are trying to portray Tiffany Stratton as a babyface now, I would assume. I mean, she is tagging with Trish Stratus, but she's still very cocky. I think that's the way to go. It's almost like she's a tweener, but is that really a thing in professional wrestling? A lot of people are saying it's possible to be not a heel, not a babyface, somewhere in between, but I don't really buy that shit, because at the end of the day, you're either facing babyfaces or heels, and that tells you whether you're a babyface or a heel. Naomi and Bianca Belair got attacked before anything could happen by Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. So I'm actually very confused about this. The reveal was that they actually were the ones who attacked Jade Cargill. Now, I hope that what WWE are doing right here is a bit of a plot twist. That would be too obvious, too basic in a way. You know, all this build for this kind of shit? No. Please no. I still believe it's Bianca Belair. You know, one day we're going to see Jade returning and she's gonna be like, you attacked me, and this is gonna be this big aha moment, right? I really hope it's not as basic as this. People will see The Rock with now 5 remixes of his song. Was it entertaining to watch? Absolutely. Will it mean anything in the future? I'm not sure. So he officially announces WrestleMania 42 will take place in New Orleans. People are going crazy. Holy shit chance. Come on, you expected more? You expected more? Wait for it. What I didn't like though is The Rock being a babyface and a heel at the same time. He contradicts himself all the time. He tells people to shut up and then he thanks the fans and then he does it again. It might not be the case, but it's almost as if he just doesn't take it all that seriously, you know? He calls out the WWE champion Cody Rhodes. He acknowledges Cody is a great champion. They're friends now. Their friendship grew after WrestleMania. Their mamas are friends. They drink tequila together. The Rock now, a TKO board member, says he has the power to make Cody bigger than ever. He wants him to be his champion. Cody appreciates the friendship, but makes it clear he is the people's champion, not The Rock's. After hyping Cody's potential, Rock drops the bombshell. He doesn't want Cody's title. He wants his soul. Cody looks concerned. The Rock leaves and then stares back at Cody. They said they're gonna talk at Elimination Chamber, so maybe we're going to get that answer. Will Cody be Rock's champion? Like Rock's puppet. It is kinda interesting, you know, and I would be really excited about that. I like the promo in a way, you know, I want you to be my corporate champion, you know, using his power. I love that shit, but at the end of the day, I just know it's not gonna lead to anything. We already know he's not gonna face Cody at WrestleMania. That's why we were having this Elimination Chamber WrestleMania match, unless I just realized maybe the winner of Elimination Chamber is going to turn Gunter versus Jey Uso into a triple threat match. But again, it's just fantasy booking shit, you know? It's just fantasy booking shit. I'm confused, man. Like, what I've learned from The Rock is that we just can't really have high expectations. Maybe he's gonna have to film another Jungle movie. I do love the idea of The Rock trying to break Cody, turn him heel. That is great, and hopefully one day this is exactly what we're going to get. Maybe they're planting seeds for the future in like a year or two. I mean, Cody as a heel would be absolutely amazing, but even logically, with the merch sales, with him being the face of the company, the baby face of the company, I don't see him turning heel anytime soon, especially since he said, I don't ever want to turn heel. But here's me and you probably sitting, having no high expectations, still very excited about this, right? I mean, what is Cody going to say to The Rock? And maybe I'm wrong, maybe WrestleMania 40 will feature The Rock. I just really don't see that happening. I'm like 80% sure. Everything after the segment was just kinda there, you know, you don't care about anything else. We just got the highlight of the show, so we got this tag team match, tag team championship match, which ended in disqualification because the Street Profits interfered. And again, like I've told you, I love the fact that they are heels now. And the main event was the most basic main event you could have on a wrestling show. It was Braun Strowman and Damian Priest versus the Bloodline. And again, it's like, the match is entertaining, the moves are great, but who honestly gives a flying shit? This is almost the exact match that was supposed to be a 6-man tag, but they just removed the most popular guy, which was Cody. What I did find interesting is that Damian Priest actually pinned Solo Sikoa, which was a choice. That was a choice. Am I missing? Damian is great, but why is he all of a sudden getting this huge push? Am I missing something right here? Okay, maybe it's bigger than that. Maybe it's going to create some drama in the Bloodline. You know, Jacob will say, well, Solo, under your guidance, we're just losing shit. We were doing just fine. You came back and you ate the pin. So who's the tribal chief right here? Roman Reigns, but you know. Well, anyway, people, that was your SmackDown. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about The Rock coming back to WWE? Long term or just WrestleMania 42 announcement, with him calling out Cody just to make this a bit more interesting, because that's the feeling I really get. Thank you so much for watching this video, The Great One. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.